My parents were alcoholics, which meant they said stuff they didn't mean. But to me it was violence worse than I had ever seen. Their words, they cut right through me, making me lack in self-belief, eating at my insides, causing pain, causing grief. It meant I was always angry, lashing out at friends and foes, desperate for something to numb the pain, but it never really goes. So I started drinking and getting on adrenaline highs, but it only made me more aggressive. No one heard my incessant cries. I hated the town I lived in, my school and teachers too. I didn't really have any friends, and so my anger only grew. Nothing made sense in the world. Was it really all in vain? My life had no purpose. It was making me insane. A quick Google search in a direction, guided by my pain, led me to a new world which put others to blame. The Jews, the Muslims, the blacks, the gays, they were the ones at fault. The racist skinhead music would justify their assault. My rage attracted others, a senseless spiral of violence and hate. Yet united in our anger, a new purpose we would create. This was a racial holy war. We had finally found our cause. We were warriors on a mission. Who cares if there are laws? The hostility I radiated was reflected by my company, validating the paranoid ideology that had become my identity. 7 years I spent in anger, attacking people of colour and race. Violence to anti-racists and gays had finally found my place. I became a recruiter, calling white kids and twisting their minds. To rampage and brutality, beating up whoever we could find. The sick mindset was constantly reinforced with racist books and rhyme. In fact, anything that didn't support our cause was looked upon as a crime. Intellectual and spiritual isolation made fertile ground for violence and hate. Separation from good company felt like there could never be any escape. Then, one day, I was in McDonald's and I wasn't expecting to see a black lady at the counter whose warm smile was directed at me. She looked at the swastika on my finger, yet still reached out with warmth like the sun. "You're a better person than that, boy. I don't believe that you're done." Powerless against such compassion of authentic presence and care, I fled the restaurant quickly, both in panic and fear. It would take a few years longer for me to eventually change my ways. Losing friends to prison or violent death would start to lift the haze. But only when I became a single parent at the age of 24 did it finally dawn on me that life could be about so much more. So when I actively distanced myself from the world of violence and hate, I was suddenly presented with choices that gave me a healthier mental state. Cut from the ties of conditioning gave me freedom to find my identity and reject the violence and anger that made me forget me. I listened to music I wanted to listen to and watch films that gave me joy. It had always been a choice that lay within. I didn't have to be that angry boy. I started to go to new places, meet new people who were good and kind, learn about new cultures and ways, which began to open my mind. But what got me most was their forgiveness. My faults they would conceal. And finally, it dawned upon me. It was compassion I needed to heal. The journey wasn't easy. Constant feelings of guilt and remorse. Only when I set up a campaign against hatred did I feel I was finally back on course.